Hey guys, this is Chris, strat-o-matic, Delaware, and we are bringing you live action of Game 4 from Shibe Park, the Deadball League Championship Series. And at this moment, the Philadelphia Athletics have the series lead 2-1 in Game 4. Clever, huh? Let's go ahead and recap the action from games 1 through 3. Some of the highlights before we start Game 4. In Game 1, the Philadelphia Athletics were, well, the Pirates were up 4-1 going into the 8th inning when the Athletics let loose with a barrage of runs. 5 base runners in a row scored, capped by Rube Oldring with a 3 RBI base-clearing triple, and they did not relinquish that lead. They ended up winning 7-4 Game 1. Stave-o-matic, welcome to the chat. We are recapping. We'll go through lineups, and we're going to get Game 4 started. Game 2 was played in Forbes Field as well, and the Pirates... The lead changed. Top of the 3rd, the Athletics scored a run. Bottom of the 4th, the Pirates scored a run. Top of the 5th, the Athletics took the lead 2-1. Bottom of the 5th, Tommy Leach hit a 1-out, 2 RBI double to take a 3-2 lead, and that's where that game would stay. And then in Game 3, last night, Derek Dodgers Royals fan, how is it going? Game 3 last night, it was scoreless until the bottom of the 7th in Shibe Park in Philadelphia, where we are tonight, until Jack Berry led off with a walk. Jack Lapp, catcher, walked as well. Jack Coombs, pitcher, sacrificed him over to 3rd and 2nd, respectively. Briss Lord walked to load the bases, and Rube Oldring hit his 2nd bases clearing triple to get the Athletics a lead that they would not lose. And they won that game last night 3-0. So we are getting ready for Game 4. Defensively in the field, we are playing at Shibe Park, by the way, at 21st and Lehigh in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the field for the Athletics at first base, Stuffy McInnis. Second baseman, Eddie Collins. Shortstop, Jack Berry, and over on the hot corner, Frank Home Run Baker. The left field is being patrolled by Briss Lord, Rube Oldring in his center field station, and out and right, Danny Murphy. Behind the plate, not the normal starter, Jack Lapp is getting the call again, and Gettysburg Eddie Plank is going to be on the hill starting for the Athletics. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, their batting order, we have Bobby Byrne, third base, batting first. Tommy Leach, center fielder, is second. Fred Clark, left fielder, manager of the team, is third. Hannes Wagner, shortstop, batting cleanup. Owen Wilson, right fielder, batting fifth. Bill Abstein, first baseman, in sixth. Seventh in the order, Dots Miller, second bagger. Catcher George Gibson batting eighth, and Babe Adams will be batting ninth. Let's go ahead and get this started. I've got a little bit of a time limit. I gave myself as much room as possible, but I just got a feeling that this could have gone extra innings, so I wanted to not have to make a part 2. So let's go ahead and blast through some baseball. It will get its due attention, but I do want to move along. So, that being said, Stave-o-matic, Derek Dodgers Royals fan, here goes the first pitch. Game 4, Eddie Plank on the hill, Bobby Byrne, third baseman. The pitch to Byrne, 1-7, lines out hard towards left field. Nope, Baker gets his glove in front of the ball. That is going to be out number 1. Tommy Leach comes to the plate, center fielder. Eddie Plank gets the sign in from Jack Lapp, his catcher. Here's the windup and the pitch. 6-10 off Plank's card, and that's going to be a hard grounder hit to second. Eddie Collins comes up with it, gets it over to Stuffy McInnis. That is out number 2 here in the top of the first inning. Fred Clark, the skipper for the Pirates, comes to the plate, left fielder. Eddie Plank, he is ready. Here comes the windup, the kick, the pitch. 2-5 and a single for Clark to extend the inning. Fred Clark is on first, brings up Hannes Wagner, 2 outs. And Eddie Plank is ready. He gets a sign in from Jack Lapp, glances over his shoulder to Fred Clark at first to try to keep him close. Back to the plate, Wagner focused intently on Plank. Here comes the pitch to the shortstop. 4-3, fly ball to left field. Back goes Briss Lord. He is underneath it, and he is going to make the catch. Out number 3. So the Pirates score nothing in the top of the first. It's been a very low-scoring affair this series, with the exception of Game 1. And to be quite honest, the way these two teams, it really looks to stay that way. So here we go. Defensively in the field for the Athletics, first baseman. Nope, for the Pirates, I'm sorry. First baseman, Bill Abstein. Second baseman, Dots Miller. Shortstop, Hannes Wagner. Bobby Byrne is on third. Left fielder, skipper, Fred Clark. Tommy Leach is in center field. Owen Chief Wilson is in right. George Gibson behind the plate, and Babe Adams on the hill for the Pirates. Batting order for the Athletics, Briss Lord leading off in left. Rube Oldring batting second, center fielder. Eddie Collins, second baseman, batting third. Frank Home Run Baker, third base, batting fourth. Danny Murphy, right fielder, batting fifth. Stuffy McInnes batting sixth. Shortstop Jack Berry, seventh. Jack Lapp batting eighth as catcher, and Eddie Plank will be batting in the pitcher's slot, number 9. So let's go ahead and get going on the bottom of the first. Jerry, glad you could make it. Here we go. It's all right. It's going to be good for you, Jerry. That is my solemn promise to you. So catch you later. Have a good afternoon, good evening. Let's go ahead and get this going. Babe Adams on the hill faces Briss Lord. The pitch, 1-8, and that's going to be a hard grounder hit to third. Scooped up by Bobby Byrne. Gets it over to Bill Abstein. That is 1 away. Athletics. Brings us to Rube Oldring, center fielder. Hero of games 1 and 3. Adams gets a sign in from Gibson. Here is the pitch to Oldring. 3-6, and that is a single for Ruby. On first base, Eddie Collins facing Babe Adams. Gibson's going to put the hold on Oldring, so he's probably not going to steal in this situation. Babe Adams facing down Eddie Collins. Here comes the pitch to the second baseman. 3-4. And that is a double to the gap. Rube Oldring rounds second. He rounds third. The throw home, not even close. RBI double for Eddie Collins. Athletics go up by a score of 1-0. So that is 1 run across the plate for the White Elephants. Frank Home Run Candlestick Maker Baker. Thank you, our Red Sox fan, for the nickname. Facing Babe Adams, Collins on second. Adams with the pitch to the MVP. 6-4, fly ball to center field. Underneath it camps out Tommy Leach. Lets the ball fall into his glove. Out number 2. And Baker trots back to the dugout. Danny Murphy, right fielder, is up. 2 outs. Man on second, run across the plate. Here comes Babe Adams. The pitch to Murphy. That is a 1-5 fly ball to center field. Tommy Leach racing over towards right. Calls off Wilson. Makes the catch again. But the Athletics score 1 in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second inning, and your score is 1-0 Philadelphia. And Beats Eternally is in the house. How is it going there, good sir? Glad you could make it to the early afternoon, where we are anyway, broadcast of the Deadball League Championship Series. Do a little quick catch-up in between innings. Keep the game going while the action is on the table. So you have Jerry Ball. We'll have to watch this later. Jerry, we're thinking of you, brother. Glad you could stop in and say, hey, Derek Dodgers Royals fan. Baseball on this screen and hoops on the other screen in 20 minutes anyway. He said he rolled 27 Yankees games today. Newsflash, they lost 3 out of 4. Wow. They're 68-24. Great record, Derek. Fantastic. And Phantomatic in the chat. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get going here. Second inning, due up 5-6-7 for Pittsburgh. Wilson, Abstein, and Miller. Eddie Plank on the hill gets a sign from Jack Lapp. Here comes the pitch to the right fielder. 3-3 hard ground ball hit to second. Eddie Collins scoops it up, gets it over to Stuffy McInnes. Routine ground ball, out number 1. Owen Wilson is retired. Bill Abstein, first baseman, comes out to the plate. A couple of warm-up swings. Eddie Plank, the windup, the pitch, 5-9, and catches Abstein swinging at the knee cheese. Out number 2. We go to Dots Miller, second baseman. Pirates only 1 hit so far. The second baseman looking to get things started. 2 outs, top of the second. The pitch, 1-3, pops it up behind third base. Baker trots over just in foul territory, makes the play. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is 1-0 Philadelphia. And due up this inning, 6, 7, 8. Stuffy McInnes, Jack Berry, Jack Lapp. On the hill for the Pirates, Babe Adams lost game 1, gave up 5 runs in the top of the 8th in that game. 3 of them on Rube Oldring's base-clearing triple to give the Athletics the lead. And looking to avenge that, Stuffy McInnes leading off. Here comes the pitch from Adams. 6-12 hard ground ball back to the box. Adams knocks it down, picks it up, and he's over to Abstein for out number 1. So McInnes has a seat. Connie Mack doesn't really look upset or pleased in any way. Very, very non-committal in his response. McInnes has a seat. Jack Berry, a couple of warm-up swings. Adams gets a sign in from Gibson. Here comes the pitch. And that white die is so excited to be a 3, and that is a single for Berry. Jack Berry laces one into the outfield. So he is on first. And the Pirates are going to put the hold on him. So Berry, in all likelihood, is not going to steal 1 out. Man on first. Babe Adams facing catcher Jack Lapp. Here comes the pitch to Lapp. 3-6, and Lapp shows his patience and waits for the base on balls. Advances Berry to second. 2 men on, 1 out. Brings up Eddie Plank, the starting pitcher. All righty, here we go. Eddie Plank facing Babe Adams. Plank is going to lay down the bunt and does so. And I will catch the chat after the bottom of each inning, so bear with me. 7 then is going to be down the first base line. No chance to get Berry or Lapp. Abstein has to get it back to Miller covering on the play. Runners advance to second and third. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Briss Lord. All righty, here we go. Babe Adams. Then at second and third, Briss Lord looks over to third to keep Berry honest. Adams back, looks towards the plate, gets a sign from Gibson. Here comes the pitch. 1-10 hard liner hit to short. Hannes Wagner gets there, makes the stabbing catch. No runs across for the Athletics. So your score is 1-0 Philadelphia as we go to the top of the third. Due up for the Pirates, number 8, number 9, and back to the top of the order. So that'll be George Gibson, Babe Adams, and Bobby Byrne. Now let's catch the chat real quick. Da-de-da-de-da. Beatles eternally. Chris, are you going to start Nick Maddox for the Buck during this series? Unless something drastic happens like an injury or something beats, no, I'm not planning on it because Babe Adams pitched during the 1909 World Series. Howie Kamnitz was league MVP, and Vic Willis did really, really good. Let me look at Pittsburgh's stats here. Yeah, Maddox 3-3, Willis 2-2. Willis had a better ERA during the regular season and 2 shutouts. So we decided to give the nod to Willis. Maddox will get some relief play, that is for sure. I'm certain at some point. However, gave Willis the nod for the 3rd and 6th games. Ken Castro, how is it going? Yes, now that you are here, We are the best gents on the planet. All right, guys, here we go. Top of the third. Your score 1-0 on a run scored by Rube Oldring. In the bottom of the first, Eddie Collins RBI double. Due up for the Pirates, 8-9 and top of the order. So George Gibson, catcher, leading off against Gettysburg Eddie. Here comes the pitch from Plank, 1-11. And that's going to be a hard grounder hit to second base. Eddie Collins gets it over to Stuffy McInnes. Nothing doing there for Gibson. Out number 1. And Babe Adams is at the plate, starting in game 4 for Pittsburgh, facing Eddie Plank. The pitch from Plank, 5-7, single for Adams. Back when the pitchers were hitters too. Babe Adams on first base, back to the top of the order, third baseman Bobby Byrne. And Byrne, Byrne's going to do he's going to try to, he's a 226. Adams is slow. We're doing the hit and run. The hit and run is on. 4 looks good. Single, runners advance 2 bases. Adams gets to third on the hit and run. Byrne with the base hit right when the Pirates needed it. 1 out. Men at the corners for Eddie Plank. Tommy Leach strides to the plate. No problem, Beats. Try to answer whatever questions like that I can, so that way you guys know what's coming. You like to see the pitches come in slow. You want to see the games come in even slower. Tommy Leach, center fielder. Men at first and third. Eddie Plank would really like to get out of this game. We're going to call infield in. Infield in. The Athletics are playing tight. Here comes the pitch to Leach. The 3-column 8. That was a good call. Infield in. Batter is safe. Runner on third is out. So Babe Adams is out. That was ground ball third. So we'll call that a 5-2. And Byrne gets the second, 2 outs. And infield in, called by Connie Mack, worked to perfection. Brings up Fred Clark, Pirates skipper. Top of the third. Pirates would like to not let this game get too old before getting a run across the plate or 2. Eddie Plank with the pitch to Fred Clark, 4-10, and lets him on with a walk. Bases are loaded. Runners advance. And that brings us to Hannes Wagner. Eddie Plank, maybe, if not trouble, in a precarious situation, to say the least. Hannes Wagner, a few warm-up swings. Here we go. The pitch from Eddie Plank. 2-2 strikes Wagner out to get out of the inning. Eddie Plank is on his game. So is Babe Adams as we go to the bottom of the third. He's only yielded 1 run so far, and hopefully we'll be able to get away with allowing no more. Due up for the Athletics, 2, 3, and 4. Rube Oldring. Eddie Collins, home run Baker. So here we go. 412. Did I miss one? I'm now going to try to go back and figure out what it was. I may have missed a die. Sometimes I don't see over this lip, so I don't know if that was a contributing factor. 412 would have been no idea. Just going to let it go. Sometimes we miss them. But thank you, Stave-o-matic. Keep your eyes open. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay, no problem. But definitely keep your eyes peeled, and hopefully I'll catch those corrections quicker. All righty. Babe Adams, bottom of the third. Rube Oldring at the plate, 2-8. And that will be a liner, hit the third. And Bobby Byrne gets his glove in front of it. At the hot corner, saves the base hit. That is 1 away. Eddie Collins, second baseman, trots out to the plate. Couple of warm-up swings. Adams gets his signs in from Gibson. Here comes the pitch from Adams. 2-12. Hard grounder hit back to the box. Adams fields it, spins, gets it over to Abstein for out number 2. And that'll bring us to Frank home run Baker. Third bagger, league MVP, who went batted .379 during the regular season, 5th in the league. He had 8 doubles, 4 triples, and hit safely in every single game for the Athletics. 20-game hitting streak, league MVP. Facing Babe Adams. Adams would like to get out of the inning. 1, 2, 3. Here's the pitch to Baker. 6-5. Fly ball to center field. Back goes Tommy Leach. He is underneath it, close to the wall. Makes the catch. Baker looked like he had lifted it up, but it did not have enough on it. So we're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. Score is still Philadelphia 1, Pittsburgh 0. Eddie Plank back on the hill taking some warm-up pitches with his catcher Jack Lapp. Due up for the Pirates, 5, 6, 7. Owen Wilson, Bill Abstein, Dots Miller. Plank is ready to go. The umpire gives the signal to play ball, and here comes the first pitch from Plank to Owen Wilson for 8, and that is a single for Wilson to lead off the top of the 4th. B Steeler, they're not going to put the hold on him. Yeah, they are going to put the hold on him. Jack Lapp is going to put the hold on him, so that's going to take him down to a 111. Abstein facing Eddie Plank. Abstein, a 260 batter. Sacrifice bunt. Abstein lays it down 3, and he beats it out. Beats out the bunt. Legs out the infield single. Wilson to second. Men at first and second for the Pirates. No outs. Eddie Plank facing Dots Miller. Dots Miller is going to lay down the bunt again. 9. Batter is safe. Lead runner thrown out by catcher. Did not work. 2-5. Fielder's choice. 1 out, men at first and second. Brings us to catcher George Gibson. And Gibson, he's going to take the pitch from Eddie Plank. Plank, here he comes. And that white die went crazy, and it ended up being a 6-8 fly ball to center field. Camping out underneath it is Rube Oldring. He makes the catch. 2 outs, and that is going to bring us to the pitcher, Babe Adams. Then on first and second, Eddie Plank looking over his shoulder to second to keep Abstein close. Abstein not a threat to steal at all. Here comes Adams. The pitch from Plank, 1-8 strikeout. So the Pirates have had plenty of opportunity to score. They're just unable to put an inning together. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. I am sorry. I misspoke. And due up for the Athletics, 5, 6, and 7, Danny Murphy, Stuffy McInnes, Jack Berry to face Babe Adams. Score is still 1-0 Philadelphia here at Shibe Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Game 4 of the Deadball League Championship Series. Philadelphia Athletics of 1911 are leading the 09 Pirates 2-1, 2 games to 1 in this series. Game 4, normal 2-3-2 format as far as home and away. So 2 more games here in Shibe, and if needed, back to Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. Danny Murphy leading off against Babe Adams. Here comes the pitch, 5, 10, and catcher's card. That will be George Gibson. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. And safe on first on an errored dribbler. So Murphy is on E2. Safe at first. Stuffy McInnes now comes up to face Babe Adams. He's a .321 batter. He's going to take Adams' pitch. Gets the sign from Gibson. Here it comes. McInnes, hard ground ball, hits a shortstop, fielded cleanly by Hannes Wagner, gets it to second. Miller with the turn to first, and Abstein, they get the double play. They double up on Murphy. 6, 4, 3, and that is going to bring us to Jack Berry, shortstop, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning, Babe Adams. Here comes the pitch. 4-9, grounder hit to Miller at second. He grabs the 1 hopper over to Abstein, out number 3. And the Athletics go down. We go to the top of the 5th, 1-0, no change in the score. Due up the top of the order for the Pirates, it's going to be Bobby Byrne, Tommy Leach, Fred Clark. And let's hit the chat again real quick for a moment before we continue. Nobody new in the chat. Again, Stave-o-matic, thanks. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for me because every time once in a while I miss one. Beats eternally about the top of the 4th. Wagner was tough to strike out, but Plank made it look easy tonight. Well, it's not too hard when you only have to roll 1 die or make 1 roll. But yeah, Plank is just, he's not dominating. I think in this game it's that Pittsburgh is not being advantageous of their opportunity. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles. You've got 1 walk. You've got 2 runners reached by fielder's choice. You've had 7 guys on base in 4 innings. At one point, bases loaded with 2 outs. At another point, men at first and second with no outs. And they're not making it happen. They're not making it happen. Derek Dodgers, since Strat does individual pitcher hitting cards now, it shouldn't be even be an issue. They're talking about Otana. Okay. Beatles eternally. Chris, just for giggles, I decided to play this very series on Out of the Park. I will let you know what happens. Did the first game last night and allowing the PC to manage both teams. Bucks won game 1, 4-3. It's going to be cool to watch the mirror like that. That'll be neat, Beats. Definitely keep us informed on that one. That's awesome. I love it. All righty. So we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning, get things started here. Bobby Byrne is leading off, facing Eddie Plank. Plank gets the sign in from left. Comes the pitch to the 3rd baseman, 5-11, and Byrne goes down swinging. That is out number 1 for Pittsburgh. Top of the 5th, Tommy Leach, center fielder, comes up. A couple of warm-up slices. Plank gets the ball back. Looks in the lap, gets a sign. Here is the delivery to Leach. 6-6. Fly ball to center field. Rube Oldring racing in under the lazy pop-up. Makes a running catch. That is out number 2. And now left fielder Fred Clark. Yeah, you're right about that, Beats. All right. I'll comment in a moment. Fred Clark, here we go. The skipper facing Eddie Plank. 2 outs, top of the 5th, 4-8, and he gets a single. His second base hit, his 3rd time on first. He extends the inning. Hannes Wagner, shortstop. Clark is on first base. They are not going to hold him. Clark is going to steal second. Even if they had held him, he had that base. Clark is on second. Needed 1 to 15. Eddie Plank glances over his shoulder to keep Clark close, just in case he's got devices on third. Wagner ready for the pitch. And here it comes. 4-4 fly ball to center field. Rube Oldring tracing over towards left, calls off Lord, makes the catch. And nothing going for Pittsburgh. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Score is still 1-0. This is the kind of score the Pirates need, but they need it to be reversed. They would rather be on top of a low-scoring affair, because that's the kind of game they're going to win in this situation against a team with bats as lively as those of the Athletics. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Babe Adams on the hill, set to pitch. Facing 8-9-1, Jack Lapp, Eddie Plank, and Briss Lord. Lapp leading off. Here's the pitch from Adams. 5-9 strikeout. Lapp goes down looking at a slider just inside the corner. Perfectly framed pitch by George Gibson. Babe Adams facing Eddie Plank. Plank takes the pitch. 5-4 grounder to third. Bobby Byrne gets in front of it. And roll again. Scoops it up and throws it to first and draws Abstein off the bag. Throwing error by Byrne. Plank is on safely. Second error of the game defensively for the Pirates. One out, man on first. Briss Lord comes to the plate. Babe Adams set to pitch to Lord. A glance at Plank, a cursory glance, just out of habit to make sure, yeah, there's still a runner on first. The pitch to Lord, 6-5, fly ball to center field, and back goes Tommy Leach. He gets underneath it, camps out, makes the catch. Plank holds it first, 2 outs, brings up Rube Oldring. And if he rolls a 1-6 right now with a high split, he's going to be MVP no matter what. Because that's another triple. Babe Adams hoping to avoid what happened in the first game to him and in the third game to Vic Willis. Oldring takes a couple of warm-up swings. He gets a pitch from Adams. Oh, my goodness. And he hits one into the corner. Eddie Plank around second. Plank is headed for third. He's being waved on. Oldring rounding second. Plank is going to score. Oldring is into third. RBI triple. His third of the series. Rube Oldring. Unearned run. And the Athletics are up by a score of 2-0. Oldring on third, 2 outs. Eddie Collins comes to the plate, and the stands have gone ecstatic. Rube Oldring with his third RBI triple of the series, his second in Shibe Park, his third in 4 nights. Babe Adams trying to get out of this inning, facing Eddie Cocky Collins, 5-11, and issues a walk to Collins. So that's going to be men at the corners, 2 outs. Frank home run Baker up to the plate. Babe Adams glances over to first to Collins, over to third to Oldring, pays a lot more attention to him. Home run Baker, 2 outs. Here is the pitch from Adams, 3-10, hard grounder back to the box. Adams gets his glove all over it, over to Abstein for out number 3. However, the Athletics score run number 2, and that is the score, 2-0, going to the top of the 6th inning. All righty. Yeah. What I kind of snicked at top of the 5th inning. Beach says the Pirates have always had a history of not cashing in. I can't say always. 1960, 1971, 1979, 1909. Other than that, pretty much okay, yeah. But there are Pirates, baby. There are Pirates. And yes, Oldring is beating the Bucks all by himself. I mean, if you take into account the hits that he has run and absolutely nothing else, the Pirates beat Rube Oldring by 1 in Game 1. The Pirates lose to Rube Oldring 3-0 in Game 3. And right now, the Pirates are losing to Philadelphia 1-0 because of the RBI triple. Just on those 3 hits, Rube Oldring is really tearing it up. And here we go, top of the 6th inning, Game 4. Philadelphia would love to have a 3-1 lead with Game 5 coming up in Shibe Park tomorrow. And let's take this moment for a quick message, everybody. If you would like to learn more about this fantastic game and the company who made it, please go to strat-o-matic.com. They've got lots of cards and dice games that they have made over the years and perfected for years. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, PC games for all of those sports, as well as PC version of college football. They have their baseball online. They have their football online. They've got a lot of ways that you can get involved in the Strat-o-matic products. Please visit strat-o-matic.com. All right, here we go. Top of the 6th. Due up 5-6-7. Wilson, Abstein, Miller, Owen Wilson, and Eddie Plank with the pitch. 5-9 strikeout of Wilson. That is 1 away. Bill Abstein, first baseman. Eddie Plank gets the sign in from Jack Lapp as catcher. Here's the windup. The pitch to the first baseman. 4-9 issues a walk. Abstein's second time to first base this game. 1 away, dots Miller at the plate. Eddie Palank looks over to first to keep Abstein close. Abstein not a threat to steal. Back to the plate. Concentrating on dots Miller. 3-7. And Miller slaps a single over Collins' head to the gap. Miller will be held at first. Abstein makes it all the way around to third. 1 out. Pirates with men at the corners. Can they convert? George Gibson is due up. They need to score a run because Babe Adams is next. Of course, the pitchers can get hits in dead ball. George Gibson with the pitch from Eddie Palank. 6th inning. Infield in. 3-10. Single for Gibson. Abstein will score. Dots Miller to second. Rounding second, heading for third, and he slides in under the tag. RBI single for catcher George Gibson. 1 out, men still at the corners. And that will bring up Babe Adams. Adams, he's going to have to swing at this one. Unless they feel lucky enough to try to pull off the squeeze. 2 through 6. Comes the pitch from Eddie Plank. Adams lays it down, and it does not work. Down the third base line, hit it a little harder than he wanted to. Easy play for Baker. Goes home to Lap. Out number 2. Tried the squeeze. Even there, a better chance than going with Adams, just normal batting. However, the Pirates do have 1 across. They trail 2-1. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. Bobby Byrne back to the top of the order, facing Eddie Palank. Men at first and second for Pittsburgh. Here comes the pitch. 1-9. Grounder hit hard to Barry at short. Scoops it up. A nice, easy throw over to Stuffy McInnis. That is out number 3. And the Pirates get 1 back. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 is your score. Philadelphia Athletics due up for the A's. 5-6-7. Danny Murphy, Stuffy McInnis, Jack Barry. Still on the hill for the Pirates. Babe Adams going strong. Facing Danny Murphy. Danny Murphy, right fielder, leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 6th. Babe Adams looking to keep the Athletics bats at bay. 3-11 and allows Murphy to get on base with a walk. Should have kept the balls at bay as well. Stuffy McInnis, first baseman, facing Adams. 321 hitter in 1911. He's going to swing at Adams' pitch. Here it comes. 2-6. Pops up behind third base. Bobby Byrne tracks underneath it. Makes easy play of the pop-up. Or out number 1. Brings us to Jack Barry, shortstop. Danny Murphy is going to be held at first by George Gibson. They're going to put the hold on him. Drops him to a 111. Not a threat to steal at this point. Jack Barry, 265 batter. He's going to swing at Adams' pitch. 5-6. Strikeout of Barry brings us to Jack Lapp. In for the normal starter, Ira Thomas. Lapp was a 353 hitter in 167 at-bats in 1911, and he's gotten the go-ahead here at Piers in Shibe Park and perhaps beyond for this series. Babe Adams, with a man on first, looks over to Danny Murphy. They're not holding Murphy on. Murphy's going to try and steal, and the 20s happen, thrown out by George Gibson. The Athletics really would have liked to have gotten a little closer for Lapp. To having that runner on second, a runner in scoring position. Was not meant to be. They have a 2-1 lead. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Pirates due up. Heart of the order, 2-3-4. Tommy Leach, Fred Clark, Hannes Wagner. We'll go to the chat here in just a moment. I see some new faces. Who do we have here? Nikki Raghavanshi, how is it going? Welcome. Glad you can make it to the chat. Jim M, there we go. Fantastic. Glad you could make it. Yep, had to try for the squeeze. Didn't work. Had to try for the steal. It didn't work. But it's a fantastic game so far. 2-1 after 6 innings. Glad you guys could make it. Here we go. The Athletics lead in this series 2-1. We're in Shibe Park at 21st and Lehigh in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And leading off for the Pirates in the top of the 7th, Tommy Leach, center fielder. Eddie Plank gets the sign in from his catcher, Jack Lapp. And Gettysburg Eddie sets and fires. 6-10, hard grounder hit to second base. Eddie Collins, easy play, gets it over to Stuffy McInnes, and that is out number 1 for the Pirates. Fred Clark, the Pirates skipper, also left fielder, comes up to the plate. Couple of warm-up slices. Eddie Plank gets a sign in from Lapp. The windup, the pitch, 4-7. Hard grounder hit to second base. Dots Miller boots it. He loses it. I'm sorry, that's Eddie Collins. He is a 1. Eddie Collins scoops it up, fires over to Stuffy McInnes. That is out number 2. I love it when I pick the guy on the wrong team. Ruins the tempo. Espo Strat, what's going on? Chris, welcome to the chat. I am honored. Glad you can make it, brother, for some dead ball. Top of the 7th, man. Good to see you, dude. Eddie Plank facing Honus Wagner, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, Wagner takes the pitch, 4-2 hard ground ball hit to first base, scooped up by Stuffy McInnes, and he gets it to Eddie Collins covering on the play, and that is going to be 1-2-3 go to the Pirates. We get to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Chris now gets to experience live and in person Strat-o-matic Delaware 7th inning stretch. Please, everybody, sing with me. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. That one's for you, Chris. Good to see you, brother. All righty, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning. Athletics are up 2-1. Jack Lapp, catcher, 8th in the order, will be leading off, followed by Eddie Plank, and then Briss Lord back to the top of the order. Babe Adams on the hill, still going strong for the Pirates. Here's the pitch to Lapp. 1-5, and catches him swinging at the knee cheese. Second time Lapp has gone down swinging. And that is 3rd strikeout on the evening for Babe Adams. That's going to bring up Eddie Plank, the starting pitcher. Here we go. Plank takes Adams' pitch. 6-9. Fly ball to left field. Back goes Fred Clark. Gets underneath it. Camps out and makes the catch. That is 2 away. Briss Lord, left fielder, facing Babe Adams. Babe Adams winds up. He sets. He delivers. 6-8. Fly ball to center field. Tommy Leach is drifting in underneath it. Makes the catch. Out number 3. No score in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. Your score, Philadelphia Athletics of 1911 2. Pittsburgh Pirates of 1909 1 here in Game 4 in Shibe Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Due up for Pittsburgh in the top of the 8th. Owen Chief Wilson, Bill Abstein, first baseman, and second baseman Dots Miller. Eddie Plank still on the hill. No reason to take him out yet. They're just midway through the lineup for the 4th time, so he's faced a reasonable amount of batters by far. Owen Wilson ready to receive the pitch. Eddie Plank delivers. 6-9. Fly ball to right field. Danny Murphy tracking over near the foul line, gets underneath it, makes the catch. 1 away, and the Pirates are running out of time. They need 1 to tie it up, 2 to take a lead. Bill Abstein, first baseman, struck out, singled, and walked, scoring a run his first 3 times up. Eddie Plank gets a sign from Lapp. Here comes the pitch. 3-4, strikeout. gets Abstein looking at a curve high. Umpire called it a strike. Abstein did not like the call. Back to the dugout. Eddie Plank smacks the ball into his mitt a couple of times. Looks into lap, gets the sign. Dots Miller takes his place in the batter's box and next to lap. Here comes the pitch, the 2-out pitch, 5-2. Hard ground ball hit to Jack Berry at shortstop. Berry scoops it up, gets it over to Stuffy McInnis. That is out number 3. Pirates go down 1-2-3, and Eddie Plank seems to have found his dominating form. Pirates scored a run, and Fred Clark is really hoping that that's not the only one they're going to get in this game. They don't want to go down by 2 on the road, especially against a team as potent as the Athletics have proven to be. Bottom of the 8th inning, due up for the A's, the heart of the order, 2-3-4, Oldring, Collins, and Baker. Babe Adams still on the hill for the Pirates. He's doing very well. He's only given up 1, 2, 3 hits, walked 3. Not having a horrible outing. There's no need to take him out. Rube Oldring, everybody's favorite player, well, at least mine, facing Babe Adams. Here comes the pitch from Adams, 3-5, and Oldring works a walk. So no outs, bottom of the 8th. Athletics have a base runner. Eddie Collins comes to the plate. George Gibson and the Pirates are going to put the hold on Oldring to hold him close to first, so he's not a threat to steal at this point. Eddie Collins, 365 batter, is going to take Adams' pitch. Here it comes, 4-5, and Collins slaps a single. Rube Oldring is rounding second, and he slides into third in front of the tag. Men at the corners, bottom of the 8th, Babe Adams. Little bit of trouble, maybe. Frank home run Baker. Do you want to call the infield in with Baker at the plate? I really don't think so. And we're going to stay with the starter. Babe Adams is going to face one more batter anyway. He's on a very short leash. The pitch to Baker pops up behind second base. Dots Miller tracks over, gets underneath it, and makes the catch. That could have been a blessing in disguise right there. Free out, no runners, advance. We go to Danny Murphy, right fielder, and Adams is going to face Murphy, hoping to get that ground ball. Not worried about infield in at this point. The Pirates are playing at double play depth. Adams gets the sign from Gibson. Here comes the pitch, 3-11, and issues a walk to Murphy to load the bases. Advances Collins to second in line behind Oldring, who is standing over on third. And that brings us to first baseman Stuffy McInnis, a 321 batter during 1911. And during the regular season of the Deadball League, he was a 348 batter. 3 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, 14 RBI. So McInnis has been very productive this year. Babe Adams knows it. He really wants to get out of this inning. Fred Clark is reluctant to take Adams out. He has faith in his pitcher. Here comes the pitch to McInnis, 4-7. Grounder to Dots Miller at second. Did I get it right that time? Yes. 2-14. Dots Miller. Da-de-da-de-da. That is, if no runners are forced, runners hold. With one or more forced, batter is safe. Runner on first going to second is out. Others advance a base. So Murphy is going to be out going to second. It is an RBI fielder's choice for Stuffy McInnis. Athletics score another run. That out with no runners 4 thing always throws me for a loop. It's the one I've never zeroed in on. However, there we go. Your score is 3-1 Philadelphia with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And Babe Adams facing near the bottom of the order. He's going to stay in the game. Jack Berry at the plate. 5-3 and catches Berry swinging, strike 3. And that will probably be it for Babe Adams as he's due up the bat in the top of the 9th. However, we are going to just blast through and get the 9th done, and then we will hit the chat, do some stats and all of that. Hit the chats, do some stats and all of that, like Delaware strats. Yeah, okay, whatever. Here we go, top of the 9th inning. Eddie Plank gets his warm-up pitches in. Lap throws the ball down to second. Cleared by Barry, tosses it to Collins. Collins to Baker. Baker brings it back into Plank as it's not Adams. It's George Gibson at the plate. I skipped ahead somehow. George Gibson at the plate. Catcher trots out. A couple of warm-up swings. Eddie Plank. Here we go. Top of the 9th. Do or die for Pittsburgh. 6-8. The pitch. Fly ball to center field. Huge blast by Gibson. Rube Oldring gets underneath it. Races towards the wall. Makes the catch. And that is out number 1. And we are indeed going to have a pinch hitting situation for the Pirates. So let's see. I think they're going to bring in, I don't know, probably utility outfielder Ham Hyatt. Let me get his card from the bench. Now batting. Number, probably it didn't have numbers. Ham Hyatt. Pinch hitter, a 114 base runner. D is in Delta Steeler. And here we go. 1 out. Eddie Plank with his warm-up pitches. Looks in. No warm-up pitches. Looks into Jack Lapp. Gets the sign. Likes what he sees. Hyatt sets into his stance. Here comes the pitch from Eddie Plank. 1 out. Top of the 9th. 3-10. Hard ground ball hit back to the box. Plank knocks it down, picks it up over to Stuffy McInnes. That is out number 2. Pirates are down to their final out, and Captain Whiteout saves the day. Because you don't mark the end of the inning, dummy. Mark the end of the batter. So here we go. 2 outs, top of the 9th. And that is going to bring us to Bobby Byrne. Third baseman, Eddie Plank, staring him down. Here we go. Eddie Plank, he gets the sign in from Lapp. Bobby Byrne steps out of the batter's box to try to freeze Plank. Looks back at the ump, puts his hand up, kicks at the dirt a couple of times with his back foot, takes his hand down, a couple of warm-up swings. Eddie Plank takes the ball. Here's the windup. The pitch, 3-6, and that is a 2-out single for Bobby Byrne to extend the game. Pittsburgh did this last night. They just could not capitalize on it. Tommy Leach comes to the plate, the center fielder. Eddie Plank looking over to first base, trying to keep Bobby Byrne close. They're not going to put the hold on him. 2 outs. Nope, they need more than 1 run. That's not going to make the difference. So Byrne is not going to steal. Tommy Leach looks into the mound to Plank. Plank gets the sign from Lapp. Here comes the windup. The pitch, 1-9. And Tommy Leach hits one to the corner. Byrne rounding second. Leach is headed for second. Byrne rounds third. He's headed home. Leach headed for third. Slides in under the tag. RBI triple for Tommy Leach. Pirates are down by 1. Tommy Leach shows that Rube Oldring is not the only one who can do it. The Pirates, here we go. Fred Clark, the Pirates skipper. Game tying run on third. Clark represents the go-ahead run. Eddie Plank looks over to third to keep Leach close to the bag. Back into home plate. Gets a sign from Lapp. Clark kicks the dirt. Sets into his stance. Eddie Plank, the windup. The delivery. 1-9. And he shoots one into center field. RBI single for Fred Clark. The Pirates have tied it up. And the Pirates are showing some offensive prowess here in the top of the 9th inning of Game 4. They're not going to go quietly into that good night. And that brings up Honus Wagner. And Eddie Plank is going to be taken out of the ball game. So bear with me just a moment. We're going to change pitchers. Eddie Plank went 8 2/3 innings. Who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring in, I don't know. Do we really want to take him out? Going to bring in Cy Morgan. Gettysburg Eddie stays in, almost goes the distance, ends up being a no decision. Cy Morgan comes in. Shibe Park is booing the removal of Plank. They knew he could finish it, but Connie Mack he knew when his guy was done. Hannes Wagner strides to the plate. Cy Morgan, after his warm-up pitches. Wagner with a couple of warm-up swings. Morgan looks into lap for the sign. Here comes the windup. The 2-out pitch. 3-8. And he hits one into the outfield, and it is close to the foul ball. It is close to the foul line. Murphy gives chase. Clark rounding second. He makes it to third. 2-star single. And the Pirates are poised to take game 4. Go-ahead run is 90 feet away with 2 outs. They have had 4 consecutive hits. 2 runs scored. Owen Chief Wilson comes up to bat. Cy Morgan really just wants to get 1 more out. So that way they can go to the Athletics bottom of the 9th and finish this off. However, Owen Wilson, hopefully he'll have something to say for that for the Pittsburgh faithful. Here comes the pitch from Cy Morgan. 2 outs. 5-4 hard ground ball hit to Baker at third. And home run Baker scoops it up over to Stuffy McInnes. Out number 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 3. All right, and Hyatt is out of there. We'll use him as a place marker. Yeah, it's fine. All right. And the Pirates have a relief pitcher for Babe Adams, and they are going to bring in, by popular request from Beats Eternally, Neil Maddox. Neil Maddox, a starter during the regular season. Fred Clark forewent him, going with Babe Adams for the series. Maddox is coming in relief. This is why I started the game early, because I've got to jet out of here in about 30 minutes. So hopefully this won't go on much further. All right, Jack Lapp, here we go. Catcher facing Nick Maddox. He's number 8 in the order. All righty. A pitch to Lapp, 1-9 strikeout. Maddox gets him for the 3rd time this evening. Lapp's 3rd strikeout, that is. First for Maddox. And we're going to have a pitching change for Cy Morgan. Oh, gosh. But the bullpen's ERA is just not that great. Yeah, got to. He went 0.1. So we're going to have a pinch hit situation here. Bear with me another moment. The A's are going to bring out. Who are they going to bring out? They are going to bring out Amos Strunk, utility outfielder. And speedster on the base paths. Strunk is going to pinch hit. He is a 115 and an A base stealer facing Neil Maddox on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1 away, bottom of the 9th, 3-3 tie ball game. Here is the pitch to Strunk. 2-11 fly ball to right field. Back goes Owen Chief Wilson near the foul line, makes the catch. That is 2 away. And back to the top of the order, Briss Lord. And if he hits safely or gets on base, Rube Oldring is up behind him. Briss Lord facing Neil Maddox. Maddox gets the sign in from Gibson. Here comes the windup. The pitch. 1-3. Line out to second base. Dots Miller has his glove all over it. We're got extra innings. We're got free baseball. We go to the top of the 10th. Pittsburgh Pirates not letting this one go. Yep, Neil Maddox. 1, 2, 3. Got him down. Pirates are up. Due up for the Pirates. 6, 7, 8. Abstein, Miller, and Gibson. Facing, not Cy Morgan, but We're going to throw Elmer Leonard at the Wolves. Used the strat-o-matic card viewer app and made that as close as I could. I'm not worried about how 100% accurate it is because an inning or two is never a sampling for someone who went 18 and had a 2.84 ERA. So it's close-ish. I'm good with that. We're going to roll with it. Had to have some extra players for these teams. I mean, going with 20, I had to have some choice. So Bill Abstein leading off, first baseman, top of the 10th inning for the Pirates. 4-5 triple. Hits one to the corner. Bill Abstein rounding first. Gets dug up by Danny Murphy. Abstein rounding second, headed for third, way ahead of the throw, and the Pirates have a man 90 feet away. The go-ahead run here in the top of the 10th. Second baseman Dots Miller comes to the plate. Elmer Leonard looks over to third to try to keep Abstein, who's not a threat to steal, close. Dots Miller, a 279 batter. He is going to go ahead and take Leonard's pitch. 4-12. Hard grounder hit the first. It's going to be an easy out for Stuffy McInnes to trot over and force Miller. However, Abstein scores. No chance to get Abstein. It was hit deeply. And the Pirates have a 4-3 lead. George Gibson. Mike McAllister, welcome to the chat. This is K3WAL. How's it going there, good sir? George Gibson, catcher. 1 out, run across. 4-3 Pittsburgh, facing Elmer Leonard of the A's. Here comes the pitch. 3-11 hard grounder hit to third base. Baker scoops it up over to Stuffy McInnes. That is out number 2. And Neil Maddox is going to bat. Pitcher 2-10E. Neil Maddox is going to face Elmer Leonard, and Neil Maddox has a number 3 batting card. So let's take Hyatt out of here. Let's grab our, he takes 3 with his T. Facing Leonard, 2 outs. Here we go. Top of the 10th. Pirates are up by 1-7, and that is a hard ground ball hit to second base. Eddie Collins gets it over to Stuffy McInnes, out number 3. However, the Pirates have thrown down the gauntlet. Can the Athletics respond, or will the Pirates tie the series up at 2 games apiece? Due up for the Athletics, the heart of their order. Rube Oldring, Eddie Collins, Frank Home Run Candlestick Maker Baker. Here we go. Bottom of the 10th. A's need a run to tie it, 2 to win it. Neil Maddox still on the hill for the Pirates. He batted in the top of the 10th with 2 outs because Fred Clark wanted him on the mound. Rube Oldring set. Here comes Maddox. He fires in 1-8, pops it up behind second base. Dots Miller tracks over, calls off Abstein, makes the catch of the pop fly. That is 1 away. Eddie Cocky Collins comes to the plate. Can the Athletics do this? It is do or die time for them. Neil Maddox gets a sign in from George Gibson, looks into the plate. Eddie Collins is ready for the pitch. 3-8, and it is a single for Eddie Collins. Third base hit of the game, 4th trip to first base. Frank Home Run Baker comes up to the plate, and Neil Maddox gets a sign in from George Gibson, looks over to first base to keep Collins close. They put the hold on Collins. Makes him a 1-13. And Collins is off, and he's thrown out at second. George Gibson gets the throw. They were holding him. Collins thought he could make it, thought he was reading Maddox's tempo, and just looked like he missed the first step. Gibson got the throw down to Dots Miller. That is 2 away. That could be huge. 1-13. I said, let's get a man on. Let's tie this up. Oh, my goodness. Danny Murphy is not at the plate because I always do that. It's still Baker facing Neil Maddox, bottom of the 10th. Baker needs to keep it alive. Maddox gets the signs from Gibson. Here comes the windup. The pitch, 2-9. Hard grounder hit to Dots Miller at second. He retrieves it over to Bill Abstein, out number 3, and the Pirates take game 4 to even the series at 2. Oh, my goodness. He went an inning for the loss. He went 2 innings for the win. Oh, what a heck of a game. Your final, let's get these cards cleared up. We'll do some stats, and then I'll chat for a minute. De-dum. Put Lord on top. Get rid of Strunk. Bear with me a moment. Heck of a game. And Al wasn't even here. Athletics. Series is tied at 2. Game 5. And I'm not certain about what's going to go on with the game tomorrow night. I have company in from out of town, so I'm going to be at my sister's house playing some Can't Stop, some addictive board game. I love Can't Stop. But Mom has been having, I'm not breathing the greatest issues. She is in the hospital, went to the emergency room. They're going to admit her. She is doing okay, not had a heart attack. They're probably going to do a catheterization just to find out what's going on, and hopefully it won't turn into another month-long stay. So I will keep you guys in the loop on that. But that's pretty much it. All right, 4-3. Pirates win game 4 in spite of 2 fielding errors, none for the Athletics. Voting for player of the game, everybody. Let's go ahead and count some stats. Yeah, I got plenty of time. Don't rush it. Bobby Byrne, he is 2 of 5, scored a run with a strikeout. Tommy Leach, 1 of 5. Scored a run, had a run batted in, the triple to keep it going in the top of the 9th. We have Fred Clark, 3 of 4, with the tying run batted in, stolen base, and a walk. We have Hannes Wagner, 1 of 5, with a strikeout. We have Owen Wilson, 1 of 5 with a strikeout. We have Bill Abstein, 2 for 4, with 2 runs scored, a triple, 2 Ks, and a walk. We have Dots Miller. He is donk, 1 of 5, with a run batted in. We have George Gibson, 1 of 5. We have Babe Adams, 1 of 3, with a strikeout. We have Ham Hyatt, 0 for 1, and we have Neil Maddox, 0 for 1. So that's 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits for the Pirates. They were spraying and praying, and some finally started to land in the 9th and 10th innings. Otherwise, it was looking all Philadelphia. Thank you, Beats. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, Mike. I really do appreciate that, guys. That's what this community of ours is. We get behind each other. I appreciate it. I really do, guys. Thank you very much. It means as much as it always does. Thank you. Pitching. That means Leonard gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. It was the one that counted. No walks, Ks, or homers. Cy Morgan in relief gave up 1 hit, but got out of the inning, nothing else. So that means 11 hits were Eddie Planks. 3 runs were Eddie Planks. They were all earned. 1, 2 team walks. They're both Eddies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. They're all Eddies. So Eddie Plank, 8.2 innings in the no decision, went 11 hits, 3 earned runs, struck out 6. Let's look at Pirates batting, or Athletics batting, I'm sorry. Briss Lord, leadoff batter, 0 for 5. Rube Oldring, 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, 1 run batted in, a triple, and a walk. Eddie Collins, 3 of 4. Run batted in, caught stealing, a double, and a walk. 0 for 5, home run Baker. 0 for 2, Danny Murphy. Caught stealing and a couple of walks. 0 for 4, Stuffy McInnes. Run batted in, fielder's choice play. Jack Berry, 1 of 4, struck out 2 times. Jack Lapp, 0 for 3. K, and a walk. Eddie Plank, 0 for 2. Run scored, sacrifice hit, and Amos Strunk, 0 for 1. So that is 2, 5, only 6 hits for the Athletics. He's made them count. So that means Neil Maddox, in 2 innings, gave up 1 hit and nothing else. Neil Maddox came in and shut him down. It means Babe Adams gave up 5 hits. He gave up 3 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. 5 walks and 5 Ks. No home runs given. Donkey, 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 donk. And I've got 1 vote for Fred Clark and Babe Adams. Adams pitched as well as Plank did, and Adams didn't come away with the win. Fred Clark, game tying RBI. He was 3 of 4. He only factored in 1 run. Bill Abstein had a triple. He factored in 2 runs. And played perfectly at first base. He had 1 put out, 1 assist, 2 put outs, 3, 4 put outs, 5, 6 put outs, and an assist. Adams kept the Bucks in it. He did. Adams did keep the Bucks in it. Co-players of the game, in the interest of time, because I've got to get ready for a radio meeting. So, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Adams and Clark. Player of the game. Fred Clark, the captain. And Adams, pitcher on top. Doink, doink, and doink. There you go. Adams gets another vote. Yeah, we're gonna go with Clark and Adams, I think, because I would have argued Clark. Mike, you've got Adams. Beats split the vote, so I'm good with co-players of the game on that one. So there you go, guys. Your final score is 4-3, Pittsburgh over Philadelphia. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow night. I don't have to work early Saturday morning. So anytime from 9 o'clock on, it may be approaching 10. So I know it's probably going to be late for you, Beats, but everybody else, look for – I'll try to have an announcement on as early as possible with the start time just to let you guys know when it's going to be and as far in advance as I can. But with company in town and then with Mom in the hospital, so stuff's a little on hold on that front until we find out for sure exactly what's going on. But again, thanks for your well wishes, guys. Thank you so much for coming into the chat. I so appreciate you guys spending a little bit of your afternoon and early evening with me. Game 4, Pirates tie it up in Shibe Field. They win 4-3. Guys, this is Chris, Strat-o-matic, Delaware. Guys, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon. Keep on rolling, guys.